Shri Guru Namaha children. In this lesson, we have the continuation of company accounts. And in the last class, we saw the types of shares and we saw the division of capital. In this class, we are going to see what are the different. Okay, we are going to see how the public company can raise capital by issue of share capital through different ways. Okay, so issue of equity shares, okay, can be in form of public issue, private placement, or right issue, or bonus issue. Now, how can it issue the equity shares? First, as I said, public issue. The issue of equity capital to the public through prospectus by public company is called as public issue. So I said they will advertise in the papers. Okay, the company will issue the prospectus. Seeing the proper prospectus, the public will apply for shares. After it applies for the shares, when it is satisfied and it gets a minimum subscription, the company will the company will allot the shares to the public. Okay, so this includes initial public offer and further public offer. So initial public offer means IPO. Okay. Further public offer means FPO. So consequently, after the initial offer, you will be getting a further offer. So that is the first method. Now, what is the second method? Second method is called as private placement. Now, what do you mean by private placement? Okay, private placement means a sale of stock, okay, or bonds or securities directly directly to the private investors. So that is called as private placement. So they don't issue to the public. Okay. And this satisfies the conditions specified in section 42 of Indian Companies Act of 2013. So private placement means any offer of equity shares or invitation to subscribe equity shares to a select group of persons by the company. They are not anyway public offer. Not anyway public offer. Through issue of private placement offer letter. Okay. So it is they are going to directly issue to the private investors. Okay, that is another way of issuing equity shares. Third method is issue of equity shares to the existing shareholders. Already you are already the shareholder of the company, and the company through a letter of offer will issue extra shares to you. Okay, they're called as right issue. So the issue of equity shares to the existing shareholders of the company through a letter of offer is called as right issue. Next, you have bonus issue. What do you mean by bonus issue? Now, issue of equity shares to the existing shareholder. You should be already existing in the shareholder at free of cost out of the accumulated profit is known as bonus shares. Right? So we saw in this lesson, we saw that equity shares can be issued by the following ways. What are they? Public issue, private placement, right issue, and bonus issue. Okay. Now we are going to see the process of issue of equity shares. Now, what is the process? The company can issue shares as per the provision of Indian Companies Act. Okay, and as per the guidelines issued by SEBI or Securities Exchange Board of India. Now, first, what they should do, the public company has to issue a prospectus. Then it will invite the general public to subscribe for its shares. After that, receipt of application. On the basis of the prospectus, what will the public do? Applications are deposited in the scheduled bank by the applicants along with an application money within a stipulated period. Then the application money should be 5% of the nominal value of the shares. Now, supposing it is 10 rupees, 5% of that. Okay. Now, allotment of shares. When will the company allot the shares? When the minimum subscription stated in the prospectus has been received or subscribed for by the public. So what is the minimum subscription? Minimum subscription should be 90 percentage of the issued capital. When you unless they get the minimum subscription, okay, the company has quoted the shares in the market, and maybe if it is going to issue, for example, the issued capital is 50,000 shares, example, okay, and you have not even got 30,000 shares, it should be 90%. Okay. So minimum subscription is 90%. If you have not even got 30%, then you cannot collect the money from the public. Whatever money you have collected, you have to refund it. Fine. Now in the subscriptionism, you have oversubscription and undersubscription. What do you mean by oversubscription? Now the company has decided to issue only 5 lakh shares. Okay, 5 lakh shares the company has decided to issue, and the people who have subscribed for that means the application that you have received is 6 lakhs. That is over subscription more. Now actually it is 5 lakhs and you have received only 4 lakh and 50,000. Actually the company want to issued capital of the company is 5 lakh, but people have subscribed for only 4 lakh 50,000 shares, which is called as under subscription. So you are going to learn in detail what are the journal entries you have to pass when there is over subscription, what are the journal entries you are going to pass when you are going to apply for shares, what are the journal entries you will be passing for allotment of shares when the company is calling for shares, first call, second call, third call, and the final call. What are the journal entries? What are the journal entries you are going to pass when you're going to forfeit the shares, when you can forfeit the shares, when the company is calling for the call money, and if you do not pay the call money, then the company can forfeit. Forfeit means it can take back the shares, and it can take back the shares and then reissue to another member. Okay, so when you are reissuing it, you can issue it at discount. So how are you going to maintain journals for all this? Okay, how to maintain a ledger account. You're going to learn in detail as we proceed. So next we come to know that they have applied for it, okay, and they paid the application money, and then when you can allot shares, I said you should have a minimum subscription. Only then you can allot the shares. So and the people have their subscribed, okay, for by public, and a company can allot shares when for those whom the shares not be allotted, the application money will be refunded. So if the minimum subscription is not received, all application money received has to be refunded to the applicants. I told you 90% of the issued capital you should receive. Only then you can allot shares. Otherwise, you cannot allot shares. You have to return the money that you have collected from the public. So a company can issue equity shares either for cash or for consideration other than cash. So either it can be in cash, that means the 10 rupees I said the company is going to issue shares at rupees 10, okay, at par. It can collect the entire 10 rupees at the time of application. So if it wants to collect it in installment, 2 on application, 2 on allotment, 2 on first call, 2 on second call, and 2 on final call. So totally 10 rupees. Okay, so either on installment or at one time. That is called as lump sum. So here, as per Section 39 of the Indian Companies Act of 2013, the application money must be at least 5% of the nominal value of the shares or such other percentage or amount as may be specified by the SEBI board by making regulations. So as per SEBI's guidance, the minimum share application shall not be less than 25 percentage of the issue price. Alright, it should not be less than, it should not be less than 25 percentage. So I hope you understood. So next you go for issue of shares for cash and installment. I've already explained to you when you're going to issue shares on installment. The value of the share, okay, value of one share is rupees 10. Either you collect 10 rupees at one stroke or you collect it in installments. Okay. An issue of shares for cash in installment. So the share capital of the company can be received through installment. I said first installment on application, second on allotment, and then on first call, and then on final call. So all allotment money, whenever the need arises, call can be made. So call is a demand by the company to the shareholders holding partly paid up shares to pay the further installment towards the purchase price of the shares. Now the company has allotted for me 20,000 shares. Okay, I have paid 2 rupees at the time of application. I have asked for 20,000 shares. The company has issued 20,000 shares to me. So total cost is 40,000. So 2 rupees and 20,000. So I have paid totally 40,000 I have paid. So balance how much I should pay? The value of the share is 10 rupees. Value of one share is 10 rupees. I have paid 2 rupees. So balance 8 rupees I should pay. So 2 rupees they will ask for allotment. At the allotment time they will say okay pay the balance 2 rupees. Actually 20 into 20,000 into 10. So totally it is how much? 2 lakhs. So this 2 lakhs it is going to take not at a stretch, sorry, 0 is not there, 2 lakhs. Okay, 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs we are going to take when? They are going to take in form of installment. So first 20,000, then 40,000. Then again they will say, okay, first call 3 rupees. So again they will take 60,000. Okay, so 3. So you have 10 rupees. So 2 rupees, 2 rupees, and then 3 rupees. So 3 twos are 6. 20 sage they are allotted to me, isn't it? 2 twos are 4. 3 twos are 6. Now balance how much I have? I have around 3 rupees. Okay, they're going to make a second call and they're going to finalize it. So 3 twos are 6 again. So how much does it come up to? So 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 3, 10. So totally 10 rupees. Right? So 3 twos are 6. Then again 3 twos are 6. Then 2 twos are 4. Then again here I have collected 40,000 rupees. Right, on application. So total has come up to 2 lakhs. So during application I got 40,000. During allotment I got 40,000. During first call I got 60,000. During second call I got 60,000. Okay. So there may be more than one call. So these calls can be differentiated by serial numbers. What is that? First call, second call, third call, and so on. The last installment will be the final call. In other words, the word final will also be added to the last call. For example, if the third call is the final call, it will be termed as third and final call. Have you understood? So calls are to be made as provided in the articles of association. See, in the beginning of the lesson, I told you memorandum and articles are the two important documents of a company. Article A states table A, not Article A, table A. Okay, see, there are common rules and regulations which the company should follow, but they can amend the rules and regulations according to the nature. These are common rules. Okay, table A mentions the common rule, but you can amend it according to the nature of the company. Okay, you can always change it, but it has to be mentioned. That's all. So, in the absence of the required provision in the articles, Table F, Schedule 1 of Indian Company Act 2013 will be applicable, which has the following provision. What are they? The period of 1 month must lapse between two calls. So, in between two calls, you have to wait for 1 month. Okay? This is a gap of 1 month. The amount of one call should not be more than 25% of the price value of the shares. Should not be more than 25%. So if it is 10 rupees into 25%. Okay, so 0 cancels. How much it is? It should not be more than 2 rupees 5 paise, 50 paise. Fine. Okay. So equity shares may be issued for cash at par or at premium. When company issues shares at a price equal to the face value, that is called as nominal value, it is known as issue at par. When a company issues shares at price more than the face value, then shares are supposed to be issued at premium. So I told you for example, if the company is going to issue shares, rupees 10 rupees, the cost of the share is rupees 10 rupees. If it is going to add rupees 2, okay, then it becomes 12 rupees. Then the company is going to issue it 2 rupees more than the face value. Okay, so that is called as shares issued at premium. So when shares are issued for cash at par, what are the journal entries to be passed? Okay, So in the next class, we are going to discuss all the journal entries that you will be passing when you are going to issue shares at par and when you're going to issue shares at premium, when you're going to issue shares at discount. Okay. Thank you, children. We'll see you in the next class.